last word on this, Mr. President, and obviously, since I've fought a third term myself, it's a little. I didn't get to finish mine, but that's a whole other story. But you know what the criticism is, that people worry that the third term turns into
forever,
and it's obviously a legitimate anxiety that people have from the outside.
Yeah.
But it's right.
Tony, much as you started with Howard, it's not his fault. But neither is it mine, in actual fact. But before I say what it is, a while ago we were talking about learning lessons or not learning lessons, and I think the world is characterized by not learning lessons. That's why the way we dispense aid and use it that hasn't worked so successfully continues for decades and nothing changes. So we are really not learning lessons. It's like we just keep helping, we are doing good, but in the end, what do we really want to achieve? And it goes on forever. In the same way, in this particular area, it's about, do we learn lessons about politics, context, and so much held by history in terms of lessons that should be learned. And in the end, really, what do we want to achieve? And unfortunately, this issue of third term or whatever people call it, or not putting term limits, but which is even mistaken because in our constitution, the new constitution, actually there is respect for term limits. I think what people are talking about maybe is a mistake, which they call it a mistake, that was, according to them, made by Rwandans. And it has almost narrowed to a single issue and the person. It's about, okay, everything is going fine, this, referendum, it went well, and no, but why is this man staying? But I'm trying to tell everybody in this room and to answer the question. And that's why I said it's neither Howard's fault nor mine. By the way, I didn't ask for this thing at all. In fact, I have told Rwandans in several meetings, I had several meetings with people in my party, and I was bringing up the point you've raised, that it's not just what they think as Rwandans, it's what other people elsewhere think also about us. Whether we are right, and I'm very convinced that we are right, in the end you cater for other people's opinions and what they may be thinking about you. And all this came up for discussion. I was actually trying to tell my people that, you know what, there is room, you can find somebody else. Maybe you need to take a risk and look for somebody else. You are saying you can't let me go, you want me to stay because of whatever the results you have had in the past. Maybe you need to take a risk with somebody else from the amongst the RPF cadres or elsewhere. And they kept saying, no, we are not ready to take risks. We want you to stay. I said, but I'm having difficulties staying, and anyway, people outside have difficulties with me staying. So about thinking about that, they would say, well, but those same people from outside, when the country was on fire, burning almost to extinction, these fellows were just... so there were these arguments back and forth. So I'm trying to tell you that maybe people need to go beyond what they are used to. This one can't go beyond this, beyond that. What is the right time?